Hey, this is Red Cobalt 60 again. Haven't been on here in a while. This is an update to my Planet Explorers that I've been messing around with. This is the current version 0.75. And the last one I had done was kind of showing my bike I made from Akira, Kaneda's Big Red. Anyway, they've added some new features to the Planet Explorers creation editor, which is nice. So I went back and I did a few tweaks to the bike, and I'll show you what it looks like. Get back into the editor here, you can see it. It all looks pretty much the same, but the environment looks a lot nicer. Let's go into creation and show you the new bike, or the updated version, which is this one. We have decals now, which is nice. So this is how it looks in the editor. Smoothed it out. Before, the hubs were the original version, lumpy kind of spheres. We didn't have this kind of resolution, but now we do in the new version, so I went ahead and redid those. Added some more detail on the sides. On the rear hub, put these two little cylinders. And you can see now it's not as smooth looking, it's more faceted, but it actually kind of looks nicer. Added this detail over here on the rear section, and you can see the decals. And I'm going to put a link to Dropbox, which should have this if anybody would like to download it and try it and just mess around with it in Planet Explorers. You can ride it around, tear it up, do whatever you want, I don't care. But anyway, if you do download it and you like it, please post a comment, let me know. I'd like to hear your feedback on it. This is not perfect, but I'm just working with what I have, and I'm not that familiar with the editor, so it's a good enough compromise for me. But anyway, let's see how it looks in game. So let's export it, and there's the bike. Export. Yep, sweet, got my ride. And let's put it in the game world. Go back to your inventory, item. I already have one, but I'll do it again anyway. Big Red version 7.5, and poof, there's my ride. Let's go check her out. So it looks pretty nice in game. The decals I'm still trying to get used to because they are very, very bright. At night they basically glow, which is kind of strange. But anyway, decals are relatively close to what they're supposed to be. You can only have a maximum of 4 decals on an object at one time, so you have to get creative. So scaling is probably not going to be the best, but I got as close as I could because I had to put 2. This right here, these 2 in this section is actually 1 decal, and this one here where it says Big 1 is actually a second one. There's a smiley face right here, but because of the geometry it won't really show up, but it's there, trust me. We'll go back on this side, and you can see this one here has, oops, too close. There's 3 decals, 3 separate images to make up 1 decal, and then 3 on this one. So you have 1, 2, 2 on the other side for a total of 4 decals. Anyway, so enough yakking. Let's get on the ride. And I think I got the scale pretty close, how it's supposed to be. And let's go riding. Don't hit a tree, stupid. Way to go. Dumbass. Let's try it again. Yeah, it's kind of weird driving around, but it probably would have been better if I had picked I think a grassland biome instead of this one. Maybe a little bit smoother terrain, I don't know. Or something flatter, I can get up to better speed. But this will actually do a little bit of jumping if you have enough room to get speed up. Anywho, so as I said, this is just an update to my bike I made from Akira. I like it a lot better, especially with the decals. I'm going to put a link to the Dropbox, which will have the ISO file. Put that in your creation data folder for where your ISOs go. And for the decals, if you don't put the decals in there, I think it will still load, but you just won't have the decals. So the easiest way to do this is to just create a new folder, like on your C drive, and just call it, I call mine like PE decals for Planet Explorer, and then take your PNG files and put them in there, so whenever you go to load it, load them in the same spot every time. So take the 4 files that are in here, these PNGs here on the side, the cowl and the hubs, make a new folder, and that's where you put your PNGs. Call it whatever you want. Just you have to type that in manually to the creation editor. I'll show you. Let's go back to the editor, the builder. I mean, oh, get off the bike, moron. 1 second. R. Yeah, there we go. Oh my gosh, hang on. Okay. Let's see. So I'll show you the original bike somewhere. There it is. You see how lumpy the hubs were. But anyway, so we'll try a decal. That's what I have in here so far. And let's just say this one. And you can see how they move around. So you're limited. That is the maximum size of your decal, that square box right there. And you can only put 4 of these on each ISO file. So you have to kind of get creative unless they can change that. But I'm not complaining. But anyway, so you can put these wherever you want. Decal can be anything. If you want transparency, you have to save it as a transparent layer in a PNG file. And I did mine in GIMP, which is totally free. If you don't have it, get it. It's pretty cool. And that's how I made these PNG files. Where's one of the other ones? And there's another one for the side, which was, well, the other side of this one. Which one on here? Which you see I cleaned this up a little bit in the newer modified version, because those hubs look like ass right now. That was the old style. Anyway, so yeah, so if you go to create a new one, or to load one, hit the bottom box. If you haven't done this before, it tells you the path, and you would just go in whatever you called it, C:// I called mine PE decals. It's just whatever you name your folder, /, even though it puts it as a /, and then whatever the name of the file is. And once it's in there, say it was, you know, graphic.png, you type in graphic.png and you will see the picture, and you say create, and there's the new decal. So that is basically my new updated version of the Kaneda bike from Akira, and I will, like I said, I'm gonna put a link if I can figure out how to do it correctly on the YouTube video. I will do that, and you can download it, have fun with it. And if you do get it, please let me know what you think. And if you can tweak it or whatever, I'd like to see it. Anyway, so this is Red Cobalt 60, and I will hopefully talk to you peoples later. Alright? Bye.